Okay, in this video I just want to do another example of a what so-called duopoly, a duopoly price war. Okay, so ideally, if we have two firms in a market, they would like to cooperate with each other. Of course, implicitly, they don't want to explicitly cooperate with each other because they can end up going to jail and paying large fines. But they would like to keep prices relatively high. But we're going to see there's again tension that keeps that from happening. So let's draw our payoff matrix. Okay, and so we're going to say, well, we can price low. We can price high. Oh no, I'm going to reverse it from what we did before, just so in case some of you are just memorizing which box things are in, or we can price high, price low or price high, and then they can price. This person can price low, or they can price high. Okay, and let's just make two firms here. The numbers aren't going to really make that much sense for the names I'm giving, but that's okay. So this is Pepsi, and this is Coke. Coke. Okay. Okay, so the two companies can choose to price low or price high. Um, First of all, which one is going to give them more profit, pricing low or pricing high? So if you think about it for a second, uh, hopefully you're saying pricing high. So let's suppose that if they price low, they get profit is 100 for Coke, and just to keep it the same, and 100 for Pepsi. Okay, and if they both price high, the profit is 300 for Coke and 300 for Pepsi. So when they go too low, they're just barely above their costs, and they're not making much profit. And if they raise their price a little higher, they're going to sell less, but they have pretty strong demand for their product, so it's not going to be that much less. And so you get the idea. Now, if Coke price is low while Pepsi goes high, Coke's going to steal the customers. And the same thing happens if Pepsi price is low while Coke goes high. Pepsi is going to steal the customers. Okay, so this is our structure of our game. It's the same basic structure as the other ones. So now we go ahead and find our Nash equilibrium. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and find our Nash equilibrium. So to do that, we have to think, well, given what the other person is doing, what should I do? Okay, so we're going to for Pepsi first. So what if Coke does low? What should Pepsi do? Well, you're comparing 100 to 0, so they should price low. And what if Coke prices high? What should they do? Well, if Coke prices high and you price high, you both make money. But if Coke prices high and you price low, you make more money. And so they will choose to go low. When Coke goes high, they go low. And then same thing for Coke. If Pepsi chooses to price low, Coke will also go low because they don't want to get undercut. And if Pepsi chooses to price high, then Coke wants to hold this cooperation together, but there's an incentive to cheat. Okay, and so this becomes right here is our Nash equilibrium. That's our Nash. And then this one right here, this one is our cooperating equilibrium, where they both price high, but the problem is, again, like we said before, it's hard to hold together because there's an incentive to cheat the deal. There's an incentive to lower the prices and steal. So they would like to hold together the cooperating equilibrium, but it's difficult to do. And that's what this game theory shows us. So one of the things we find in this oligopoly style market, there will be kind of this going back and forth between some implicit cooperation and then price wars and a little bit of both. There also have been many legal cases of companies getting in trouble for not just implicitly cooperating, but for actually making agreements to both price high and to fix their prices at some level. And this stuff is very illegal. I'll give a little bit more in the written notes that go along with this to describe that situation. So anyways, this is an example of, just gives us an example of how we can use the prisoner's dilemma type game to model a price war. And it shows the tension between cooperating and both companies make more money and competing against each other, and most companies make less money. So they would like to cooperate, but often they end up competing.